Well, it looks like some of the threats of some of these tariffs are already having a major effect, at least when it comes to General Motors. We already knew, we saw a few days ago, that the Blazer was going to be stopping production. Not the EV Blazer, but the gas version. Now, me personally, for me, the last version of the Blazer would have been the Trailblazer, which was made in like the early 2000s. I don't know what the last model year for that vehicle was. Maybe it was an 09, 2010. I had the GMC Envoy version of that. It was one of my favorite SUV slash trucks of all time. I had the XUV with the roof that would open up. If I could ever find a low mileage example of that with a 5.3 V8 in it, that's pre-AFM, by the way, no active fuel management, I'd be all over that damn thing. I just loved it. It was a great 4x4. Damn. I mean, simple, nothing, not a bunch of screens, you know. Had to replace the gauge cluster multiple times for the step motors failing, but I put 296,000 miles on that truck before I sold it. It was just great. And yeah, the Blazer's gone. We're not going to see the gas version of that anymore. It's going bye-bye. And so is probably the XT5 from Cadillac and the XT6, because they all share the same platform. And I'll tell you why it's happening. It's not because GM doesn't want to do a refresh. They, according to my sources, they already had a refresh idea for that vehicle in terms of, you know, changing it up a little bit, because it's been, what, 6-7 years, whatever their refresh cycle is. And the reason why it's canceling is because they build those in Mexico. And there is a threat now of, and I don't think it's a threat, it's going to happen. It was a 25% tariff. That's now possibly going to go to a 150 to a 100% tariff, which makes that vehicle unsellable. You're not going to be able to import that with that tariff and be able to sell it here in the United States and be able to sell any of them. I don't care if there's Blazer fans beating down the door for that. It's not going to happen. What that means is General Motors is one of the first auto manufacturers to, you know, publicly state that, you know, hey, we're changing some of our Mexico operations. And that's happening because they're not going to pay these tariffs. They'll shut down products. They're just gone. Now, in the terms of Stellantis, and I've talked about this before, the 2500 and 3500 Ram, they're coming back here to America. We already see that the V8 Hemi, which I reported on extensively, that's now confirmed to come back. We talked about that months ago. And now we're talking about General Motors products. Now, there are some GM products that could end up coming back from Mexico to the United States. I am working on a video for that. And some of my sources that I have at General Motors now are fairly new. So I'm a little bit more cautious with stuff that I report. I get out of there, as I only have 2 there now. And you guys know what my rules are. Like, I like to have 3 that work in different parts that are here, different parts of the company that hear the same thing before I put something out. But there you have it. Tariffs taking effect and actually starting to make changes. I don't know if Cadillac's going to replace the XT5 and XT6. I know they already have the Lyric, and I don't know if that's manufactured in Mexico or not, the Lyric, but I could assume that General Motors is going to move any of their good selling products that they have in Mexico back to U.S. plants, and it's not like they don't have enough properties or facilities to do that. But I'd love to know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Is this just a sign of things to come? I think it is. And I see the panic already for our brothers and sisters north of the border in Canada, especially in Ontario, because I think they know the same thing, is when these 100% tariffs or 50% tariffs, even 25, come into effect again, and we're only, 19 days away from that time period, a little bit more than 2 weeks, those people are going to be out of work, and it's crazy. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And as always, stay petty, my friends.